What's up, sports fans? We've got another great top recruit to talk to. On the other end of the line, it's Kenzie Larson, the water polo player who is going to be staying local. She committed to play water polo at UCSD. Thank you very much. And now it's Go Tritons. Do I have that? Okay, deal.
Go Tritons.
And Go Division I Tritons too.
Exactly. I'm so stoked.
That's kind of a flex there. So wait, what was this decision like for you? Like I said, congratulations. What finally made the choice? Was it your dream school? Tell me what where your mind's at.
So since about 14U and water polo, I've always been really interested in UCSD. Since they're local, I've been seeing them play for a really long time and just following the team. I've always really liked how hardworking they are. And you can definitely see that camaraderie and that work ethic in and out of the pool. Definitely knowing some girls in the area through high school water polo that have yet attended UCSD. I've always thought that it was kind of my kind of school. I really like how they balance athletics and academics. So as a student and an athlete, that really appealed to me. So when they gave me the offer, I took a little time to think about it, and I was like, I'm going to stay local. I'm going to be on this brand new D1 team, and I'm so stoked to be a part of that.
Well, so what's the local recruit? I ask this of everybody, but I really like focusing on this for people that stay local, because we hear so much from football players. Hey, SDSU is out here really being like, this is the local angle, like stay home, stay home, stay home. How hard do they recruit in water polo saying, hey, stay here, don't go to other programs? Because I'm sure you had opportunities across the country, but does it just sell itself, or are the coaches out there really being like trying to get San Diego kids to stay here at local universities?
I think being a San Diego local and experiencing the environment here, I think that really kind of sells itself. They definitely do sell it and package it to you a little bit, but I think seeing it and living here, just kind of, having that firsthand experience kind of already convinced me. So.
You mentioned knowing other girls that are going to be on the team or that have played there. I don't have the specific number in front of me, but it probably has to be about half the team at least is local. Are you worried about any rivalries starting to conflict? I mean, is there anybody that they edged you out in the playoffs or this, that, or the other that you're like, I don't know if I could be a good teammate with that person, or does that get you excited?
I mean, that definitely gets me excited. I think in water polo, most of the girls just, leave it in the pool. I think from playing club, I have a lot of friends that play for other clubs or other high schools. And it's really fun to be buddy and best friends with them out of the pool and then get super hardcore and competitive in the pool.
Well,
so I think
that's something that I've always wondered about. And I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I got to ask, because I ask all these water polo players that I come across. I was not man enough to do the sport, but I went to La Jolla High School. So while we were at football practice, the water polo players would be running laps and going over the pool. We all understood they were the more athletic, the more incredibly gifted, talented people on the campus than we were. But you say, leave it all in the pool. It feels like I just can't understand that, because water polo sometimes gets really violent and really intense. And then you're just saying that was relieving to just be attempted to be drowned for an hour straight. Oh, that was so nice. I feel so relaxed now. Like you come out of the pool just feeling like you just left it all out there and it's just cathartic for you.
I mean, with, obviously there's some times in games where things definitely probably go overboard, but at the end of the day, you realize it's a sport, it's a game, you're there to have fun and things happen. But I think that having that, things do happen. It's just kind of, I think in water polo, a lot of people are really good, teammates and really good players. And at the end of the day,
how much do people need to understand about what goes on under the water line? Because I feel like that is something that the uninitiated doesn't know. Like how much of if it were like a pyramid or an iceberg type situation, how much is above the water and how much is happening underneath the water?
I definitely would say it's probably about 30-70, 30 above, 70 below. It's intense. Girls are sneaky, we have to do a lot of stuff under the water. And,
well, for those of you that are uninitiated, this is a sport where you get your nails checked for the game, both fingers and toenails, correct?
They do have toenails now.
Okay.
Some games. Sometimes they don't check toenails, but that was a pretty new development in my experience, but I've definitely been scratched pretty hard in the past.
So you've gotten out of the pool bleeding and you're like, wait, what?
I
Oh,
actually, one time I played a game and these girls had little tiny pencils, sharpened pencils in their suits and bottle caps. And they would really try their hardest to get you out of the game and shiv
you're
you.
pulling
And
my leg. No, you are for sure pulling my
I'm
leg.
not kidding. I'm
No,
not
no, no,
kidding.
no, 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 no. No, this is something that somebody like does in a poorly made B movie. That
I
the
know,
opposing team
100%.
shows up with sharpened pencils in their suits. My goodness. Um,
Yeah, I was shocked too. But
and
then
you
I,
wanted to stick with water polo after going through that experience. You're like, yeah,
oh yeah, yeah, it's fine.
fair
It's no
enough.
worries. You
Fair
know,
enough.
pencil in the foot. You know, bottle cap in the arm. Just a normal day in the pool.
Speaking of normal days in the pool, you guys run pretty insane hours, from my understanding, because you're using other people's pools at different times during the year, and it's the
Mhm.
middle of January or February, and you guys are
Mhm.
out there at like the crack of dawn.
Oh
It's
yeah.
whatever degrees. I have always loved following both the guys and girls Instagram accounts for your water polo teams at your
Oh
school.
yeah.
Very absurd Instagram to follow. I would highly recommend it. We'll include the tags on this links, and thank you to whoever runs them. But yeah, seeing some of those, and I'm like, ooh, that
Ooh.
seems like something that you like. How far into your freshman year were you like kind of thinking maybe this isn't worth it? What was the hurdle that you had to get over to be like 4:30 in the morning? Because tell us what that's a little what your kind of daily day is like in the water polo season.
Okay, so for high school,
Yes, for high school.
at CCA we don't have a pool, so we do have to borrow our neighbor's cathedral's pool. And as a freshman, I was a little hesitant at first. I was like, you know what? I mean, CCA is a pretty academically challenging school already, and now I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and get in a super cold pool in the middle of winter. Um, but I think the thing that really got me through it was seeing the seniors and the older girls go through it too, and they were just excited to be there. You know, it just kind of like the team kind of pulled everyone just kind of pulled each other through it. And you know, without that support, I don't think it would have been as fun, and I don't think it would have been as motivating. I wouldn't have been as motivated to go to those practices and work as hard if I didn't have the example from other people.
I can dig that. I can dig that. That's a good response. That because you actually admitted to kind of being over it a little bit at first, and I think that's something not a lot of like the top tier athletes like to admit. Was there was that little point where because so like what like 40 degrees? What are we talking about when you're getting in and out of that pool in the
Oh
morning?
my goodness. There have been so many times where I've gotten out of practice and there's frost all over the car, or like it's freezing. And, you know, I think it just, you know, we've always said that it builds character. And I definitely think that's true. I think it definitely has built character.
I
And
don't know
I
how well you
am,
can see it on the Zoom screen, but that was my
I saw
eyes
that.
rolled all the way back to the
I
back of my
saw that.
head.
I saw that.
Just because
I
like there's basically needs to be a buzzer goes off here because everybody has the build character moments in their lifetimes. But
Exactly.
um,
I know it's cheesy, but I think this is a very good example of that character building, teamwork, bonding kind of experience.
oh man, I think that just for like so there are a couple of sports out there that I just always try to talk to people about and say, hey, look, if you have not been out there, this is something you legitimately need to check out because it's very, very entertaining. So people need to understand like this is how tough these athletes are is they get cut by pencils and nails and they're just like whatever, take it 4:30 in the morning, 30-degree practice, take it because none of these are indoor pools. We're not talking about like Olympic level facilities here. You're outdoors, like you got the wind, it's awful, it sounds horrible. And then you get in there and the game is quick and it's fast and maybe doesn't even take an hour and it's high scoring and it's dramatic and it's absolutely worth checking out. Do you have a major in mind? Because UCSD is split up into the 5 different colleges. You seem like you're somebody that has academics on the brain as well. What are you thinking there?
So, for me, I'm really passionate about medicine, and I'm choosing between human biology and bioengineering.
So I asked that because you do have in your Instagram bio, you are listed as a scientist.
Yeah.
So that seems like you've got things kind of already figured out. Do you know which of the colleges you're going to at UCSD?
I will know that when I get my official acceptance letter.
Hey, I asked because I didn't get in. Yeah. Nope. That one always confused me. Okay. So scientist is the ultimate goal? Is that what we will be addressing you as after you're done with your professional water polo career?
I hope it's Dr. Larson.
Okay.
That's the goal for me. I'm very passionate about, I've worked with Radies in the past. I've done a lot of work and interning with them. And I think that the pediatric hospital environment is where I want to be in the future. I'm leaning towards orthopedics, but I'm keeping an open mind, and I'm excited for what the future holds. Maybe I'll play professionally for water polo. That'd be super cool. That's way out there, but that'd be super cool. I just want to keep my athletics in my life as much as I can, but also reach my end goal in
You have
my
plenty of time to be a doctor.
yeah.
You, got plenty,
Yeah,
you
I
can
have
go
plenty
win.
of
You can
time.
go win a couple of Olympic medals before you end up
That'd be
being a
super
doctor.
cool.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
that would be super cool.
I'm sorry if I didn't mean to overstretch. Like if you were like now you think you're on, you have to go win an Olympic medal. But I'm just saying, hey, that'd be dope. That seems like a fun thing.
It would be dope.
The pediatrics ward seems, and I'm sorry if this is just like a more somber twist to a sports interview than anybody has ever seen, but it seems like that is not necessarily all sunshine and rainbows, and you might have to be kind of a tough person going into that experience. So
Right.
it feels like maybe there's an analogy there that if you're the kind of person that's like, I can eat hammer and nails in the pool and get up at 4:30 in the morning to make this happen, you're kind of just built for that. Like, what gets you inspired to want to do something that like maybe rewarding, but maybe also arduous with your life?
For me, I think the positives in that work experience would get me through it. I think that improving a child's life and setting up their future is super satisfying to me. I have talked with a lot of surgeons and a lot of doctors in that field, and they have expressed the realities and the cold hard truths of that work experience. But I think that as long as I can provide some kind of relief or some kind of joy in some kid's life, that would be satisfying for me, and I think that would get me through it.
Like I said, dark twist. I'm sorry, but you seem like one of the more head on your shoulders type kids that we get coming through here quite often, and I absolutely have a ton of respect for
Thank
that.
you.
Let me end with a couple of the funner questions.
Okay.
You have a sister that also plays water polo. I know that the playing one-on-one thing doesn't quite translate because goalies are goalies, but everybody has some sort of skill at your guys' level. If I did put you one-on-one first to 5, who wins in that game? And
Well, are we
to be
talking
brutally
about
honest,
are we talking about a 5-meter, like a penalty shot?
well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't quite translate. You can't just throw the ball out there and be like, swim to both ends. So yeah, sure. Let's go 5. You each get like 5 shots, 5 meters on each other.
Well, Avery's a goalie, so let's see. I think that it would be a fair fight. But I think
say it.
that
She's not here. Just say it.
I think I would come out victorious in the end. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
That's what's up. Favorite place to surf in San Diego?
That's a tough one. For
Okay, top 3
longboarding
then.
days.
Give me top 3.
Top 3 for longboarding, which is what I predominantly do. I really like surfing in Cardiff. I think that has a really nice left line. For shortboarding, which I'm getting into, definitely kind of more La Jolla, like Pump House is where a lot of my friends go. So I definitely like those 2 spots a lot. And 11th Street in Del Mar holds a special place in my heart.
Favorite place to get Mexican food, and what do you get there?
That's tough.
Or whatever is your favorite type of food.
Okay. I'm definitely a convoy person. I know that's not Mexican food, but
like the street in Clare, like the convoy, like going up and down the Asian restaurants.
Yes.
Okay,
that's my
talk my language. Talk my language. Let's go.
I love Convoy so much.
Yes,
I think one of my favorite places in Convoy, one of my friends works at this chain. Well, it's a really small chain called Nishiki Ramen. So good. Go there. It's amazing. There's one in Hillcrest and there's one in Convoy. Very good.
What do you get?
I get the classic Nishiki Ramen bowl, and it's just so good. It's just a classic staple, and I think it always is super satisfying and just perfect.
Deal. We'll have everybody go check that out. Kenzie, thank you so much for joining us today. Folks, go support all these great student athletes. We're hopefully X amount of days away. I'm not even going to pretend like we know when the seasons are going to come back, but we're all very hopeful. If not, we know that we can come watch you and support you the next couple of years at UCSD. Thank you very much for staying local. And hopefully this isn't the last time we have you on the show, because we'll have an actual water polo season to talk about. Everybody else,
Awesome.
stay safe. We will talk to you guys next time.